Hello and welcome to the Mayo extranet demo. Here I'm going to demonstrate how an agent can submit a planning application electronically. So there's the web address www.mymayo.ie. I'm going to log into the system with my email and password. Here are some contact details if you have a problem logging into the system. So I've just entered my email and password and I'm going to click login to get started. Okay, so now that I've logged in, I'm going to select the download application form link on the left. Currently 4 types of planning are listed, and this list will be expanded in the future. The planning fees are correct at the time of download, but are subject to change. So I'm going to go ahead and select full planning permission, and I'm going to click continue. So this link has appeared and I'm going to click on the link to download the form. If your computer doesn't have a current version of Adobe Acrobat Reader, it may prompt you to update it. So when you do that, you're going to be presented with this online planning application form. So it is advisable to save the file onto your computer at this stage using the File Save As options. I'm going to go ahead and save it into my documents. And it's a good idea to use a name that has some relevance and that you'll recognize later on. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, so the form is a 7-page document, and now we're going to scroll down and start completing it. So you'll find as you start typing in the townland that a list of possible matches will appear, and you need to select the correct one. So for example, if I want to enter the townland of Hagaur, as I start typing the name I can see it appear in the list underneath, and that's where I select it from. So I just continue filling in the development address. And finally here the Orden Survey map reference number from your maps. Okay, you'll find that some questions are pre-ticked for you because this is a smart form and you may have entered the information earlier, such as when you downloaded the form. So I'm just filling in the information as we go along here. Some questions may not be relevant depending on the circumstances. Okay, your details should be filled in here for you. Okay, so question 10 here is just a matter of ticking the correct box. Obviously, if the box you tick isn't the owner, you'll need to fill in the legal owner forename and surname. The area in hectares is filled in here. Again, most questions are self-explanatory, you just need to fill in the details. Once again, we've numbered check boxes here which we need to complete for each question. So we continue on down through the questions and fill in the appropriate answers. And you'll find that if you choose yes to some questions, you may be asked for further information. So here I'm just filling in information about the water supply, and later on I'll be asked to attach a supporting document. Here I'm given information about the wastewater management system. On question 21 here I need to select the newspaper in which the notice was published. Number of newspapers here, and there's a question of selecting the correct one. If your newspaper isn't there, you can get in touch with the IT section with the contact details I gave you earlier on in the tutorial. Again, we select the date of publication and the date in which the site notice was erected. So moving on down the form, we need to submit details of the applicant, and your details as the agent may already be populated in there. So we just fill in the details of the applicant and the agent. Just remember that the applicant's address may be different from the address of the proposed planning. Okay, you've got an option here for sending the correspondence to the above address, and then we fill in the details of the person who prepared the drawings and plans. That information is probably on your drawing already. So we just complete that information and move on down the form. So we're on the last page of the form now, and probably the most important place. The first 6 options here are for attaching relevant documentation, and depending on the answers you gave above, there may be a number of more letters that you need to attach as well. So you can see a list of the documents along the side here that need to be attached. Those documents can be Word documents, they can be things that you've scanned into your computer, and in order to attach them you simply click on the attach button, select the document that you're talking about, hit the open button, and that's it. So you need to repeat that process for each of the documents you need to attach. One thing to point out is that where you have multiple site location maps or other multiple documents, you need to combine those documents together before you attach them to the form here. So you can do that with a PDF combination tool such as PDF Factory, or for other options or help you can contact us on the details I gave at the start of the tutorial. Now down at the end of the form here you got three options. The first one here, verify, is going to actually check that you've filled it in correctly and that you haven't omitted anything. I have omitted a few things, so I'm going to press it and see what happens. So it's showing me here a list of questions that I need to actually complete. So I would go and complete those and come back again. Once you click on OK, it will also show you a number of documents that you may not have attached to the form. And finally, it's telling me that I haven't ticked the declaration box. So I need to go and do all of those things before my form is complete and ready for upload. So for example, on question 20 here, I didn't fill in the name of the group water scheme, so I'm going to do that right now. And I'll complete the other questions too. So for example, I've got to go through and attach my newspaper advert, my site notice, site map, etc. So I'm going to do all that in the background. And I'm just going to do the last one here. I'm also going to click the declaration box here to say that the information is correct. And if I click the verify document now, I can see that the planning application has been completed successfully. So the next step is to save this document. And again, we'd advise you to use a good naming convention. So type in the name, hit the save button. Okay, so that's the end of this segment. Part 2 will be how to upload the planning application and pay for it. Thank you very much for watching.